Hi, my name is Oren Schulman from New York City in the United States of America. I am recording this video to share my experience of Kshar Sutra with Dr. Bapat from Pune. My story goes back quite a long ways. I first was diagnosed with a fistula about 5 years ago after having a perianal abscess which was drained and then turned into a fistula and ano. At the time I was in the north of Thailand. I consulted with the number two or number three colorectal surgeon in Thailand, and he actually advised against surgery because I have a history of Crohn's disease, and he believed that chance of recurrence was very high. And his advice was just to be on antibiotics for the rest of my life to control the infection. I wasn't very keen on that, and I was referred to a homeopathic doctor in the area who promised to cure me of this fistula. I took her treatment for over a year without healing the fistula. After that, I moved back to the United States, where I used different Chinese medicine doctors, also with no, some lessening of symptoms, but without any real healing of the fistula. I tried herbal medicine, acupuncture. I tried extreme changes in diet, and I understood at that point that surgery was really the only option for this fistula, which was very painful and caused tremendous disruption in my life. At that point, I spoke to a man who is considered one of the top colorectal surgeons in the United States of America. He told me because of my Crohn's disease that he would give me a 40% chance of success, so that quite a high chance of recurrence of the fistula, and that didn't seem like a good option to me either. This whole time I knew about Dr. Bapat in Pune. I did research and I found out about him as soon as I had, at the onset of the fistula, right around that time. I already knew about Dr. Bapat, but I was very hesitant to go to India. I didn't know the country. I didn't know Dr. Bapat. I didn't know how reliable the information was, and yeah, it was something that I was nervous about, and I didn't follow through on. After understanding such a low success rate with Western medical surgeries, and researching so many things and trying so many things, I decided that going to Pune was really my last resort. So I spoke with Dr. Bapat, and he replied very quickly, and he was very informative and very kind. So I booked with him, I got on a plane, and I went to Pune. Upon arriving in India, I was also very nervous about this treatment, very nervous about being in India for medical treatment, a country I didn't know that much about. It was my first time there. And the day after I landed, I had a consultation with Dr. Bapat. Immediately after speaking with him, I was put completely at ease because of his professionalism, and he was just so self-assured. He knew. I asked him about success rate, and there was no hesitation. It was 100%. He was gonna cure my fistula. It wasn't even a question. He sent me for an X-ray, and they found that I had a 8 centimeter fistula, which had one track that that exited at the buttock, and one blind track. And I think they call it a sinus. We started the treatment maybe the day after this X-ray, and I can say that I was really surprised at how easy the treatment was. The first insertion of the thread was a little bit intense, but I think it might have lasted, the whole treatment might have lasted 5 minutes, and I was up off the table, and I was just so shocked that was the whole thing. 5 minutes, and I could walk around like nothing happened. The doctor used local anesthetic, but during the whole course, there was no use of antibiotics, there was no use of anything except local anesthetic during the thread changes. The doctor estimated that the fistula, that the tract would be cut at 1 centimeter per week, depending how much I walked. And And this 8 centimeter fistula in the end turned out that the treatment was only 6 weeks. So it cut more than 1 centimeter a week. What I can say about Dr. Bapat is that he's an extremely kind man, extremely professional, extremely passionate about his work. And him and his wife always made me feel comfortable in India. If I ever had any issues or problems, they were always available to speak. Yeah, great. Really amazing. My experience in India was really amazing. The only thing I regret is that it took me 2 years to get to Dr. Bapat, and during those 2 years I suffered tremendously from the fistula. Anybody that has a fistula knows how uncomfortable and painful it is, and how much it really takes away from quality of life. So my regret is not coming sooner. I think I'm a special kind of testimonial because I'm 3 years after the treatment, and I've had zero recurrence. I had zero problems, and I still have mild Crohn's disease, and yet no recurrence of the fistula, no problems. So really an amazing treatment. The treatment was really painless. I was able to travel around India during in between the treatments. The treatments took place once a week. The thread was changed, which was really quick, a couple minutes every time. I was free to get up and go. There was no bed rest. There was nothing. There was, for me, no pain. Perhaps slight discomfort at most, because that's it. I know that some people used painkillers during the process, during the thread changes, and I didn't even find that necessary. I just found that the treatment was so professional, so painless, and really so effective. I'm 3 years post-treatment, and I have no recurrence. And I just don't think it will ever come back because the treatment was so effective. So the only thing I can say is that people should go and see Dr. Bapat as soon as possible, because there's no point in delaying treatment when the treatment is so quick, so easy, so painless. Recovery, there's no bed rest. It's just an amazing treatment from an amazing doctor, full of knowledge and passion for his craft, and he's always trying to expand his knowledge. And I know he has a passion to help people around the world. So I can't give a high enough review for Dr. Bapat, and I hope that more people can come and see him for their own good, because there's no need to suffer from fistula, and unfortunately Western medicine at this point doesn't seem to have a good treatment for this terrible disease. So thank you, Dr. Bapat. I can't express how much I appreciate your help and how much you changed my life. I'm sure that if it wasn't for your treatment, I would still have a fistula. This I'm almost certain of. So thank you very much. And if anybody has any questions about the treatment or wants to know my experience, I'm completely open to being contacted, and I'm happy to give any information that I can.